your friends really aren't who they say they are, and your friends are just not your friends, are not your friends, to be honest, sometimes. Because hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica, or you can call me Jess, either one works. And today I'm actually going to get into a chit chat kind of video, kind of, like a rant a little bit, I guess you can say, but it's basically going to be about friendships and how I feel about friendships, my history with friendships, etc., etc. But before I get into that, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to reach 200 subscribers. I really didn't think I was going to grow that quickly. And I know that's not a lot to anybody. This is still a developing channel. It's still a baby channel, but we're gonna get there one day. One day is gonna be a big channel, hopefully. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate every one of you who has subscribed to me at this time. Make sure you like, comment, and if you enjoy this content, then go ahead and subscribe, and we're gonna get into it. Okay, so I decided to make this video a little bit more interesting. I got my wine, so if you're of age, go ahead and grab yourself a glass of wine, girl or guy. And if you're not of age, then go ahead and grab some juice, some water, or your favorite drink, whatever. And yeah, we're gonna get into this video. This is some peach Moscato. I'm about to try it right now. This is my first time trying it. Okay, that's not bad. It tastes more like juice. There's not a lot of alcohol in this, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, so now that we got our wine, I just want to talk about friendships. This is a topic I've been wanting to talk about for the longest time. Friendship is important. I do feel like I'm not going to sit up here and be one of those people to tell you that friends are not important and you shouldn't have friends and this, that, and the third, because I just don't feel like that's true. I do feel like friends have helped me, have definitely helped my growth as a person. But I also feel like, some friends are just not, not the best for you. Or sometimes maybe you're in a space in life where you just feel like friends are not really, they're not really fitting the picture for you at that time in your life, So it really just depends on what type of person you are. But I'm about to give you all the tea on how I really feel about, friends and just friendships, and, kind of give you a backstory. Well, not the whole video, but I'm gonna give you a quick backstory on why I feel this way. Growing up, I moved around a lot, so this is the third state I've lived in. I told y'all I live in Maryland, so I'm from Maryland, but I've lived in other states. I grew up in 2 other states before we moved here, and I was moving around a lot as a kid, so being in different schools and being in different environments, it kind of put me in situations where I'm not going to say I didn't, love the friends that I was around at those times, but it didn't really have time to develop long-term friendships with people. Therefore, I didn't really feel, I would say, sad when we moved. But once we moved on and once we moved to, the next city or the next state, whatever, I was in the next school, I was just focused on that school and just trying to do what I needed to do at that school. And if I made friends, which I did, I always made friends any school I went to. I wasn't one of those kids that didn't have any friends or anything. It's just that I have a problem, I feel like, maintaining those friendships. When it comes to me maintaining friendships and maintaining quality friendships, that's where it starts to get, that's where it starts to get a little tricky. So I just wanted to give y'all that backstory just to let y'all know that, making friends is not super easy. That's not easy at all. And especially as you grow older to be an adult, I just feel like friends just become more scarce and scarce. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like, the older you get, they say the older you get, the less friends you have or something. That's what I feel like, to be honest. And that's not true for everybody, but I just personally feel like a lot of people are finding out that a lot of their friends, are or people that they thought they were their friends, aren't really their real friends after all. And I've had many of those realizations out of my time. I've had so many friends. I've been through so many different friend groups. I've been through so many different types of friends, types of friendships. It's just crazy because some people grow up with the same friends from preschool up until their adulthood, and that has never been me. That's never been me. Like I said, I moved around a lot, so majority of my friends are here in Maryland. I've lost a lot of friends here too, so it's just one of those things where as you get older, you kind of realize that people have their ways and that your friends really aren't who they say they are, and your friends are just not your friends, are not your friends, to be honest, sometimes. Because I just feel like a lot of friendships are not about quality, they're about quantity nowadays. Like, there are some people that just love to have a lot of people around them and love to have a lot of friends, and I'm not saying that that's wrong or anything, but for me personally, that's not my vibe. Like, I used to be one of those people that would just allow people to be friends with me just because they wanted to be friends with me. So if you get what I'm saying. So I feel like because of that, I kind of lost touch with like quality of friendships around that time. So it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of complicated. Like, friendships to me are still very important. But I also think now that I'm older, I'm at a point where I really want to focus on the people that do love me and the people that do want to be around me, and I want to be around them. I'm focused on myself too. Like, I'm trying to, work on my relationships with people, things like that. Like, I'm not really too concerned about people who, like, oh, does this girl want to be my friend? I don't know if she wants to be my friend. Like, I'm tired of that shit, honestly. Like, that shit irritating, because I've just been through it like way too many times. People will dead ass like basically like be all up in your face and want to be your friend, and they act like your friend. Like, y'all can hang out, y'all can do things together, y'all can talk on the phone, like whatever, and then all of a sudden, when it's time to put that friendship to the test, or you feel like things are not the best, for example, you may have like an argument with your friend, or you may have a disagreement, whatever the case is, those are all like kind of tests of friendships. Because I feel like at the end of the day, if you're true friends with somebody and you're a genuine friend to someone, or they're a genuine friend to you, the things like the mistakes that y'all make, y'all should be able to resolve that and be able to move past it. And it's okay, like, if you don't, then that means that person was never really your true friend, honestly. So I just feel like it's not easy to lose friends like that. They shouldn't be able to walk out of your life so easily, because I feel like that's not a real friend at the end of the day. I've had way more female friends than I've had male friends, like countless, female friends. So my problem with making like female friends, to be honest, is again maintaining those friendships. Like, I feel like I'm so tired of people like forcing things, like I never want to be one of those people to force things, because I'm a very outgoing person. When I'm around people and I'm having a good time, and I feel like we have a connection, or I feel like we have a lot of stuff in common, I'm gonna go off of that. Like, I'm not gonna be this this like weirdo to you or anything. I may not be fully open, because I'm still getting to know you, but at the same time, I'm not like this weird friend. Like, it's either we're cool or we're not cool. Like, I don't want to be those people that's like kind of in between. And I've dealt with situations like that too, where I don't feel like people have been 100% cool with me, but it's like they don't say anything either. It's like they act cool with me, but then they show signs that they're not really cool with me. So it's like, it's just weird. Like, all that stuff is weird to me. Like, those females are weird to me, and I'm just tired of it. Like, honestly, I'm tired of like phony friendships. Like, that is one thing in 2022 I want to be sure to weed out, and I feel like I'm already getting better at doing that. But I just feel like some people, I'm not gonna say everyone, but like some people deserve the benefit of the doubt. Like, you can't judge everybody based off of first impression sometimes, because they may not be that way all the time, or they just may be like that because you don't really know them like that. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I feel like when I do that sometimes with friends or with certain like women, it doesn't turn out right, and then it goes back to my head like, oh, there was this red flag, or there was like a few red flags, that happened while, I was getting to know this person. And then once we stop being friends, it's like, it all makes sense. Like, it all clicks together. And I'm tired of that, like, that's tiring. Like, who wants to deal with that in 2022? I'm tired of it, to be honest. I'm a Cancer. So when I love someone, or I love being around someone, or I say you're my friend, I mean that to the heart. I'm like, you're my friend, like, I got you, like, you want to talk, like, you want to hang out, you want to, do this. Now, I may not be available 24/7. I also need people to understand that I'm not that friend that's like always down to hang out every single day, or always down to talk every single day, just because I have my days. Like, everyone has days where they just need space, and they just need to mellow out, relax, focus on what they need to focus on. And then, when you're feeling up for it, then you can get back to your friends. And I'm the same way as well. I try to give people that space too. I don't know, I'm just tired of like dealing with disingenuous people, disingenuous friendships. Like, it's just very tiring, and I just feel like I've never been someone to really truly fit in. I know a lot of people say that, but I mean that. Like, I really do feel that way sometimes. Like, I don't feel like I fit in with a lot of people. Like, again, I'm tired of people forcing vibes. Like, I'm not one to force something. Like, if we don't connect, we just don't connect. Like, just leave it at that. We don't have to be best friends. Like, I already have a best friend, so like, we don't need to be best friends. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it's like girls get mad when you don't want to be really cool with them like that. Like, you're just cool with being associated. It's like your coworkers. Okay, it's like your coworkers, like at work. Your coworkers, at the end of the day, whether you're friends or not, whether you're cool or not, whatever, they are still your coworkers at the end of the day. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be friends with your coworkers and you can't be cool with them, but I'm one of those people that recognizes that these are just my coworkers, because at the end of the day, if I leave this job, or if, you know, I move on somewhere else, we're not going to be probably tight like that no more. I mean, it's not like that with everybody, but in instances with me, that's usually how it's been. Like, usually once I leave a job, or once I leave an environment like school or whatever, I find out we don't really hang out like that, because we don't have that common, you know, that common ground anymore. We don't have that common environment where we're forced to see each other every day, or we're forced to, you know, like, spend time with each other, you know, in that job or in school, whatever. So, you know, you find out that people, you know, are not your true friends after situations like that. Unless y'all continue to hang out and y'all continue to talk, then that's a different story. I'm just one of those people that I'm okay with that. Like, I'm completely okay with us just being coworkers and just being cordial and being cool in that moment. And then, you know, once someone moves on, it's like, yeah, we don't have to be like best friends. We don't have to be that close. It's not that serious. But I think some people take offense to that for some reason, when you don't want to hop on and be their friend so quickly. And it's like, how do I even know if I can trust you in that way? Like, there's a difference between being a coworker and being a friend, and being a solid friend, like a solid, genuine friend. That's another thing. Don't put effort into people that aren't doing enough for you. Like, don't be doing like all this extra BS for people that are not really your true friends, because at the end of the day, they're gonna sit back and just look at you and think you're stupid. Basically, like, you're gonna look stupid. You're gonna look like a fool, you know, doing things for people that aren't doing, you know, that same in return for you, or at least like half of it. It doesn't have to be this extravagant thing, you know. It's just all about being a good friend. Like, you gotta have good communication. There has to be respect, because I just feel like a lot of women nowadays, like, don't get the respect, you know, especially from their own friends. Let's take Ari, for instance, okay? Moneybagg Yo's girlfriend. So I seen this story where she was on like Instagram, you know, she'd be on Instagram live, and she was arguing with her friend, and she was saying how her and her friend be like beating up on each other when they get drunk and stuff. And even though like they say like it may be a game, or it's not serious, ha ha ha, whatever the case may be, that is not a healthy friendship. I don't care what anyone says, like, that's not a healthy friendship. I just feel like it's a difference between getting into a disagreement, getting into an argument with your friend, resolving things, making up afterwards, whatever, talking out, versus like putting your hands on somebody. Like, it should never result to that. Like, I don't give a damn what someone says. You should never let anybody, especially like a friend, put their hands on you. That's not my, you know, my cup of tea, and I don't feel like it should be anyone else's cup of tea either. But that's my personal opinion on that. So I put that out there to say that there has to be respect. Like, you can't get respect if you're not, you know, if you don't give it. It shouldn't be like rocket science. Like, I know it feels like a lot more complicated nowadays, because everybody has different values in friendships. That's another thing. When you have like different values in friendships, or you have, you know, maybe things that don't align with other people, then maybe that's, you know, that's a big reason why certain friendships may not work out. Like, I feel like that's a huge reason why a lot of my friendships didn't work out, because maybe what I saw and what they saw didn't align with one another. So that's probably why. Sorry, let me take another sip. I'm stirring it like it's a mixed drink or something. I've been stirring it this whole time. That's what I do when I have a straw in my glass, but it's not bad. It tastes good. Again, it tastes like juice. It's not like, there's like 5% something alcohol in it. It's not a lot of alcohol. But anyway, yeah, I just feel like I'm over it. The friendships that end over petty things, like petty things. Like, I don't understand. Like, I still don't understand to this day why it turns out that way. And I used to ask myself, why am I going through this? Like, why have I been going through so many friendships like my entire life? It's like I always have issues with friends. Like, I've been through different friend groups, I've been through so many different people. Like, why is this still happening to me sometimes? Like, why do I still go through friendship problems? Like, I should not be going through friendship problems at this age. And then as I get older, it's like the less issues I go through with friends, it seems like. I have like minor issues because I keep a small circle. I don't keep just a bunch of randoms around me, a bunch of random people that I don't align with. What I'm trying to say is that friendships are definitely, difficult sometimes, but I do feel like the right friendships, of course, like if you have genuine friendships and you have a lot of good people around you, try to keep that. Like, because that, I honestly do feel like that stuff is rare. Like, it's rare nowadays because you just never know. People also like to take advantage of people. Like, I feel like I've been taken advantage of in the past, and it's not a good feeling. It's a terrible feeling to realize that you really wanted to be a friend, but they didn't really want to be your friend like that the whole time. They were just trying to plot. So yeah, that's how I feel about, the tea on friendships, and I guess my version of how I feel about friendships nowadays, because like, we're not trying to go through that. If you feel like they're not being good friends to you, or you feel like they're not, aligning with things that are going on in your life, then you most likely need to distance yourself from those people, or, maybe you just need to change of friends, honestly, or maybe you just really need to, cut people off. Sometimes just cutting people off is a good thing, because when you cut that out of your life, you realize, okay, like, I wasn't missing anything after all. I wasn't missing out on anything, because it turns out they probably didn't add too much to your life. But everyone comes in your life for a reason and teaches you a lesson. So I try to look at it that way sometimes also, instead of, oh, I lost this friendship, or I lost out on this person, or we lost out on each other. Like, I just think of it as a lesson, honestly. People come and go. But if they're your true friends and, they're as genuine as they say they are, or that you believe they are, then it should just stay that. It shouldn't be any ifs, ands, or buts about it. It shouldn't be like huge complications when it comes to that, because at the end of the day, your friends shouldn't be stressing you out like that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. And if you're, already a subscriber, thanks again for tuning in. And I'm definitely going to be coming out with more videos soon. Of course, y'all know I'm going to come out with the story times. I love doing story times, so those will definitely be coming very soon. And let me know in the comments what y'all think about this topic, by the way. Do you feel indifferent? Like, what do y'all think? I really do like to read people's comments and see, like, how do y'all feel, or even comment below, like, what videos do you want me to do next, or what do you want to see in the future. So, we're definitely going to try to keep the ball rolling. I'm going to try to keep things going as much as I can. So I will see you guys in the next one, and I'll talk to you soon.